first leg of the first jackpot is race 5, because as you know by now, we've got 9 races on Sunday. It's over 1,200 metres, the 5th race, at 2:05, and it's another maiden plate. And Graham, I quite like number 13, Romani Conti, but I'm not going to start the discussion with him. I found a horse here, and you may have found it too. He's by Toreador out of a Manshood mare, number 2, Geronimo, that I think could be the upset potential here. And you might think I'm balmy, and you won't be an orphan thinking I'm balmy on that thought. But Geronimo, yes, finished 11th of 14, but was beaten 4.75 lengths, walked out the pens on that occasion, lost 3 lengths, but was the 3rd fastest finishing. I liked what I saw on that occasion from Geronimo. I'm saying he can improve to go much closer.
Well, this is a nightmare of a race. They've priced up number 5, Rodriguez, at 17 to 20. Shortest priced favourite on the card. They've priced him up that way because there's nothing else really in the race with any kind of form. His form is fair, but not overly strong. I'm going to come back to Geronimo.
Okay.
But if you're backing horse in this race on reputation rather than form, then you've got to be at the camp of number 14, Call Me Mr. Greenlight. They've backed him on many an occasion, and he's got to be better than the 3 runs that he's had so far suggest. Your original fancy, number 13, Romani Conti, is a 2-year-old. He's only had the 1 start. 4th, a distant 4th, but behind the very talented Gimme a Prince, so obviously plenty of scope for improvement. But let's get back to Geronimo. No, I don't think he could be too far off the mark. He was very slow out on debut. Yes, he finished 11th of 14. Yes, he was only 4.75 lengths behind Mr. Master Starter. The form of that race worries me a bit because the entire field was compressed. So this race will show whether number 2, Geronimo, who will now be ridden by Donovan Dillon, by the way. Stuart Randolph has been booked off for medical reasons for the entire day. So Donovan Dillon's picked up the rider, number 2, Geronimo. And the Wendy Whitehead stable is in terrific form. Rodriguez clearly sets a standard, Warren.
But would you be taking that price?
I could never take that price. He might win it by half the race course. He's got a lovely pedigree, although his pedigree suggests he might want to go a bit further. But he's been priced up that short because of a paucity of form around the balance of the field. But I've learnt over the years, don't back horses because they look like the least worst in a race. And certainly don't take odds on about those horses. He can win it, of course he can win it.
Yes.
But I don't even believe he's a comfortable pick 6 banker. I would be throwing in quite a few in this race. He can win it, Rodriguez. The betting suggests he will win it. But apart from the ones we've mentioned, there may be many others that have scope for improvement in what is actually a very, very weak race. Rodriguez does set the standard, but it's a weak race.
I just remember, yes, I agree with your comments. And in fact, I've only got him in for 4th, Rodriguez. He's my 4th choice in the race, and I'm going to be putting him into the pick 6, obviously. I just remember doing an interview with Glenn Cotson about number 13, Romani Conti, and he shared with the viewers that he was a smart colt. He was a very nice colt. He was one to keep an eye on, and with racing, he'll improve. And that's always stuck in my mind. That's why I'm leaning towards a horse that I think is going to improve big time.
We've laboured this race a bit, and it doesn't really warrant labouring. But I noticed in the race card that Andrew Harrison's roughie for the day is number 11, Believe Achieve, in this race. Does he know anything we don't know?
I think he was maybe, that was that Ashburton air, the cool Ashburton air that might have got to him. But jokes aside, is returning from arrest, has been gelded. Rachel Vennick knocks 4 kgs off on best form, could have a quartet chance. But that's a wrap for race 5. Race 5's had its time from Graham and I. Let's move on to race 6.